Well, no trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain, and we've got a lot of rain falling right now at CenturyLink Field in downtown Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Check 53 is mine. Not today, you
They'll run on first down. Carson trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up second and 10 at their 48-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
It's going to be a long day.
Now it's Wilson. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it's third down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Hey, alert. Hey, zero. Hey,
On third down, Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Lock and the Broncos going to come up first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. On first down, Lock. They'll roll him out right. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. It's caught inside the 25. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A huge play there for Denver. 65 yards. So from their own 20 all the way to the red zone now. A chance to capitalize on first and 10. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
70 Indy.
Brings up second and 7 at the 12-yard line.
Squeeze.
On second down, a run with Lindsay. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsay His 11th touchdown of the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check.
On first down, it's Carson. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
Touch 50. Pick it up. Watch the edge.
Now on 2nd and 13, Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Sam off.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Switch. No. Look at me. Go.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback. You draw forces. Quick. He's checking. Shoot.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
He's got the first down and more past midfield, and finally brought down at the 43. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
And the Broncos first down.
Down. 10 logo. 54 Mike. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full streak. 49. Check 49. Check 49. Check 26.
On first down, right back to Lindsey. In on the stop, Bradley McDougal.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. Check. Fresno. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Broncos 7, Seahawks nothing.
Let's go. 60 Pittsburgh. You must be dreaming. Spine.
On second down, it's Lindsey, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Oh, yeah, and here we go again.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. Denver has the first down, to play going for 15 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Here we go. 50, plant. Wild Bill. Watch the twitch. Get it.
On second down now, it's Lindsey, and he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Alert 3. There. Check. Ready?
On 3rd down, Lindsey. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Partner, when you're not able to run the ball successfully, it really messes everything up for an offense because no longer are you setting the tone and dictating the game. If you do want to throw the ball, play action's kind of gone out the window because they don't respect the run. And last but not least, you don't get to dictate it all when you want to throw the football, and that really hurts you as an offense.
So without making excuses, you have to figure that this rain has had an impact now on both of his missed field goals.
It's one of those situations really difficult to practice for and tough to prepare yourself against. It's just a whole different animal kicking in the rain, and we've really seen him struggle.
11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
One flip. Twist. There.
On first down, Wilson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's second down. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their route, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 30.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
At the 32-yard line.
Check. Watch 54. Watch the run.
On second and 12, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They come up first and 10 at the 16.
Check, Mike. Hey. Kill.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Second down and goal. Wilson under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Sack City, baby.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. He can run for it, fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find a good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Bravo. 57. Rock it. Let's go, D. Showing up. Hit it.
Throwing on second down. Drew Lock taken down in the end zone. 2 points for the defense. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Check. 36 power.
To throw again. Wilson, flushed out right. Space to maneuver at the 40. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And an alley to run. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check 43. 40. 44's the mic. 44's mic. Check. Hit. Watch the twist.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Alert.
Wilson now. Going to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete here. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Under 10. 44's the mic. 44's mic. Check. Let's put him on the block. Let's go double count right here. Double count.
Now it's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Lock now on first down. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, Charlie. 50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds to Mike.
Into the red zone, it's Locke. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 36. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Go! Interception, baby, all day, all day.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
So on is Jason Myers. He's hit from as long as 58 in his career. This will be from 56 yards out. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. On the counter, Lindsey. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Locke. This is the tight end Fant. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 37.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run on 1st down. It's Lindsey, and he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
57's the mic. 57's the mic. You gonna see me in your nightmares. Based on travel. You gonna see me in your nightmares. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Another run by Lindsey. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Here we go. 10 logo. I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Look, squeeze. Now.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Let's go. 10-2 stop. Hey, Sam on. Hey, box drop. Get it.
Now on 2nd and 16. Locke. That's taken in by Callaway. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down.
Look at me. Go. Ready?
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey, and he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. General West. Don't let him free, defense. Slam. Check. Leo. Deep grip.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offensive backfield, and spilling everything.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Hey, lock it.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now Wilson, flush to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big pickup of 38. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Carson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Touch 50.
From the 36, Wilson. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson escaping the pressure right. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying. Around making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear, but here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on 4th. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash, this from 53. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And that will push the lead up to 12-7. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Switch gears. 6-6, pull it high. 52. Go.
On first down, Freeman. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Fair. Rush in. Check it back. Rock it. Let's go.
On second and 11 now. Lock. Got a man open. It's Sutton. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
To throw on third down. Lock. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Mike 53. I got it. Hey, watch this.
They run it with Carson, and he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And not a blitzer, but still able to get there from a strong safety position.
Yeah, I think that was a great example of what they call football IQ. Recognizing he was open, had a chance, and went ahead and got to the quarterback.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here. Throwing is Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he's going to go down again. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's Locke. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with second and very long. Locke to throw on second down. He's got his big tight end, Fant. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold.
He's not going to get me. Hey, you. Get it.
Now Locke throwing on second down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. He completes this to Sutton. A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Back 22, back 22. I got him. Slam. Check three. Slam. Big grip.
They'll go for it. It's Locke. He's got his tight end, Fant. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Not often do fourth down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10. Right at the 40. Locke's throw caught by Sutton. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on second down. Locke. This is Fant on the short completion. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Locke now, 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
60 out long.
On 2nd and 7, Locke. He'll get this to Phillip Lindsay, complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going.
Hard. Squeeze.
Locke going to try and throw on third down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Tim Patrick, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have retaken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks have once again taken the lead. All right, now the Seahawks face a big two-point conversion attempt. It'll be Carson. They run for it. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives them a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Breaks a tackle. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Completes it to Fant on the right side. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Sam on. Snap.
Now Locke. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
On the ready.
Push him back. Push him back.
Look at me. Go. Hey, Wahoo. Get it.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Now it's Carson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Fighting through it, he's got space. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Seahawks, they move back over 500 now at 6-5.